Hello YouTube. Yes, it's another scraper and another one. So I can angle that down and make another one. So I've made 2 scrapers and a knife. So I have 4 scrapers and a knife. It's worth buying one of these blades if you can find it somewhere. I actually think it would be. Find the right edge. This is done. Hold on, bear with me. It's a lot cooler today. I'm going to do more today before it gets hot. Less humidity. See that? That's done with the drum sander. Be careful, because it won't be straight when you're done if you messed up. That hasn't been touched. That's been cutting out the cutter blade. These work great on a flat table, flat surface. Sanding disc. This is what, a 60? Let's just look. Let's not guess. I'll listen to Skip on channel 19 there again, trying to roll in. It's really strong the past week. Got my little CB radio. It's really a nice one. This I can't tell you. I guess so. You're on your own. 180 good or something. 6-inch disc. This is a 5-inch off your orbital. Random orbit sending. Orbitable. Yeah, then you just take it to this. I can't show you with one hand here. We've had to try. You just take it to that after you do this. I mean, you know what I mean. Back and forth, both grits. Yes, it's over my feet. I use that more than what you think. Okay, let's get to work. We're going to use our little welding jig too. This I have not decided exactly what handle I want to use. I have one I hate to use. It's a pretty old screwdriver with a blue handle, but the bit's pretty nasty on it, and it's mine. I can do what I want. Sharpie marker. We'll take all that off. That's just the bad part. The rust pits. It's kind of hard to see. You can see the dark spots. That's where it's pitted, even though it's been cleaned. You're not going to get it out very easily. So, okay, too much talking. I'm looking at the timer. It's 2.5 minutes. Let's get to work. Okay, let's measure this. 7/16 of an inch wide. And what? Inch and 5/8 long or so. Is that right? No, about 1 3/4 inches. Here's your 3/4 mark. Getting frame. I don't know how thick this stuff is. I've measured it. Well, let's try to measure it once, then I'll be right back. People want to know this. Okay, we're going to call it 1/16 of an inch wide, or thick. It's still square. I kind of squared the edge up. You want to get it as best as you can. I like looking across the... See the white back there across the room on the flag? Looking through the viewfinder. There's a couple grooves in here. See that? I just figured it out today, like right now. So this is live. I think this is a nice little vise where you can hold stuff for hobby use. There you go. Now we're going to look for what we're going to use for a handle. Okay, even if I don't use a screwdriver, it's worth showing this tip. Yes, I jumped out of the hole a couple times, but it can be above. I took that little Dremel diamond bit. See that? Here's the size of the rivet. Bring it around here. Ground down until I got through the hole where I could see the metal. So I made the hole a little bigger. Then took my spring punch. You know, my center punch, spring loaded. You know what it's like. It fires. But I don't misfire. That shot that pin out of there. And I've had that screwdriver restored. I used a piece of brass. Ain't that cute? We'll see if it'll work. It might be complicated to try to do this because we got to put the ferrule on. What we'll probably do is just drill the ferrule out so we can have the blade spot weld and just shove it in there, epoxy it. Make a nice little scraper. We'll see what you think. Let's get this out of the way. They just had the blade on it. So we're not committed yet. Can you kind of see that? See, it actually fits that almost. So I could take a very little small spot welds, but you want it strong, but I can shape it. You're not going to grind much on this. This is tin. You're going to grind right through it. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's get it apart. Okay, this was a challenge. After I pulled this out, and it's crooked because they hammer it in there, you know, so it always bends it. There's one way this goes in the bath, because the hole's never going to be completely centered. So I took the side where I buggered it up there, it'll polish, and then ground a spot on the shaft in there. Then I had to drill this hole out bigger. First I drilled deeper with this. This is my big, one side's bigger. Okay, so this slides in real easy. So then I had to take my little pin vise, go through the tin part there in the wood, and go through the metal of this. And what was hard was the bit was trying to spin. And I will only tighten this by hand. This is I'll take a picture of this putting in. It's only like less than $5 I got a deal on it. I don't know what machinist company. You can put 4 different size bits. I'll take a picture. Look at it, you'll see it disassembled. Okay, it's break time. I'll even take an exploded view of this. That's just a piece of bronze brazing rod. Looks pretty in there. It'll look just as good as steel when we're done. Now we got to figure out how to weld this to this so it looks good. To make a cute little scraper. We'll be back. Okay, we are done. We did not take a picture before we ground that down, but you can imagine it. I ground the welds off, kind of squared it so it fit in there. Made the hole bigger. It was so hard to get the pin in there that I did not want to take it apart and take a picture. I don't know if that'll buff out someday or not. It doesn't matter. It's a working tool. There you go. This edge is kind of rounded over. I took my round drum sander roll in the Dremel and kind of rounded it over. So I wanted something a little bit different. But we'll take some pictures. And thanks for watching. This is the 3rd scraper I made, and I've got this piece left over, which I can make another one. So I can get 4 scrapers and a knife out of 1 planer blade. That was worked out pretty good. We're out of here. We had enough heat. We're going to the air conditioner.